Hey, I'm Jimmy Lemke from Panther U. I just wanted to take a couple minutes. I swear it's only going to be a couple minutes to talk about earlier today. Butler's leaving the Horizon League. This is something I wrote earlier today on the website, I believe. Um, Started all the way back when Youngstown State was admitted to the conference. Valpo had denied the Horizon League, then the MCC back then, and in a gut reaction, the Horizon League added Youngstown State, a school that really added nothing to the Horizon League's profile. Um, it only would have made sense if the Horizon League were to go into football. If Butler and was going to jump to scholarship and the other and three more schools will be coming in, and that's the only thing that would make sense. And that's so far fetched that obviously, it's not the case. So Youngstown was a drag for so many years that people look at them this year and they're like, well, they weren't that bad. I mean, they were 16-15 and 10-8, and they were they were like 176 in the RPI. You have to know this is their best finish ever. I mean, yes, they were fifth place in 07, but that was 5 out of 9, and this is 6 out of 10. It's not really much of a difference. But they were 10-8 this year, and that's a good record. And they were sixth place, and yeah, they won a game in the conference tournament, so that's good for them. But that's their best year. And most years they're in the sub 250 in the RPI, and it's just not. It's such a drain on us, and I can't help but thinking if Detroit had not called bros with Loyola and Butler to block Oakland from being admitted, I can't help but wonder what the RPI swing would be if we had Oakland of the last 5 years versus Youngstown of the last 5 years. Um, Obviously, this conference would have been better, but I don't know how much better. It could have been quite a bit better, and maybe it wouldn't have changed the outcome of today, but maybe just maybe Butler would be thinking twice about jumping out of the conference. But it is what it is, and here we are. So as far as Milwaukee's concerned, I feel like while the Horizon League still has value to us, I think it's better than dropping to the Summit League, which might not even be a drop anymore, considering where the RPIs are going to be. I don't know. Um, it might be, it might not, but the Horizon League still has value to us, but I don't know if it has enough value. I think that if the MVC or A10 had come calling 2 weeks ago and Butler was solidly in the Horizon League, I think I would have said yes anyways. So if Butler being in the league makes me still say yes to the A10 or MVC, I just think that a Horizon League without Butler just isn't worth it. I've loved the close travel in the Horizon League. I love the short trips to Green Bay, UIC, Loyola, and Valpo. But at the end of the day, out of those four schools, the only one I really want to be associated with in a conference is Valpo. I really like Valpo. UIC I like, but they have things to get in order, just like we do. But at least we've had on field success in many sports, specifically the revenue one in men's basketball. Whereas UIC really hasn't done anything since they surprised everyone and won the title in 04. Loyola has the foundation, but and the mortar's not dry yet. They haven't built anything onto it yet. It's just starting to get there. And 5-10 years down the road, I think out of the remaining 9 schools, Loyola is probably going to be one of the 2 or 3 best ones as far as overall athletic department, just based on the buildings that they have. But it's not there right now. And Green Bay, they're our rival, and we can say we don't like each other, rah rah rah. And I know a lot of people have that sentiment, but I mean I like Green Bay as a rival. I do. However, I also understand that there's a couple things about Green Bay that really are not good for us to be associated with, and mainly it's marketing. Um, in the state of Wisconsin, I don't think a lot of people really recognize the huge difference in type and size and breadth of university between Milwaukee and Green Bay, and I think a large part of that has to do with the fact that they play in the same conference in athletics. I mean, the Horizon League may not get much attention, if any, in Wisconsin, but everybody knows that Milwaukee and Green Bay are together, so they must be about the same size. So I think that's the prevailing, belief, and not that Milwaukee is, far closer to Madison than Green Bay. Although, as I've said a million times before, I'm not saying we're like Madison. We are very far away from that as well. We're very much a university unto ourselves in the way we are and the way we operate in Wisconsin. And I've always felt that it would be better for us to try and push for a membership in a conference that would be commensurate to that reputation of that level of university. I started saying it when the rumors that Butler was going to the A10 first came out. I said about 2 months ago that Milwaukee should consider pushing for MVC membership, and I'm going to reiterate that today. It's a conference that you definitely want to be a part of, even if Creighton were to leave for the A10 and Wichita State were to go west or something like that. Even without those two schools, I think that the MVC is a preferable situation than the current Horizon League. I would say that I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for suggesting it, because the MVC is a conference that most of their schools average significantly more than we do. However, I would point out that I'm not the only one saying it anymore. People in Missouri Valley cities have started to pick up the idea that Milwaukee should be a possible team. So just wanted to throw that out there. The Horizon League is a good conference. It has value, but I just don't think it has enough value for us to want to stay in it. Unless we could figure something else out. So, all right, take care.